Hi guys, how's everyone doing today? It's Randy here with Direct Action. So the Liberal government made the motion, dropped the news on everybody last night, and today it's official that the gun ban is in motion. So there'll be no more import, export of specific firearms. And the one that I'm interested in talking about today is the one that's the hot topic, is the AR platform. So this is not good. This is not good for the law-abiding, honest, and trustworthy firearms owner out there. This isn't good for the industry. So why is that? And how can we fix it, or how can we rebound from this? And I think we can if we do this collectively, and if we do this in a educated point of view. There is a lot to be said about hobby shooters, sport shooters, military, law enforcement, anybody who understands what an AR platform is and what it's capable of. So the capabilities of that specific firearm. So that's the one that's the hot topic right now. That's the one that seems to be on everyone's agenda, especially after the tragic shootings in Nova Scotia last week. That's unfortunate what happened last week. We've seen it in the past, and we're most likely going to see it again in the future. Banning the specific firearm is not going to change that. Laws and rules are in place to keep honest people honest. That realistically, those laws and rules are in place to keep honest people honest. The shitheads out there who want to do bad things to good people, they're going to find a way, whether or not they have an AR platform in their hand or something else, another tool of choice. They're going to find a way. All right. So we as honest, trustworthy firearms owners and avid shooters who like to go to the range, and pluck away at targets, who like to engage in competition. Three-gun competition or anything that requires a firearm, now that's significantly going to change. So we as those gun owners, we need to do a couple of things. We need to learn to adapt to change for sure. Understand that we don't have to like what's being in place by the Liberal government, but we're going to have to adapt to it for sure. And we also are going to have to educate those decision makers who in certain instances are uneducated. They're making decisions off of emotions rather than facts. And that's the Canadian way. That isn't going to change unless we as a collective nation and a society help to change it and educate those who are a little bit uneducated. All right, so where do we start? There's a lot of people out there right now are probably tossing and cursing and swearing and ripping up their teddy bear and throwing it in the corner saying, no, government's coming in and going to take my long guns. Yeah, yes they are actually, and they have the ability to do that. All right, so get over that. All right, so drop that attitude, because that isn't helping anybody. All right, the other thing is too, if you're a sports shooter or a hobby shooter, stop using the word and the phrase assault rifle. Stop saying AR. You're not assaulting shit. You're on the range shooting paper or shooting steel. Nothing is shooting back at you. So call it what it is. It's a carbine rifle with a semi-automatic capability, which means you can change magazines, you can run, incorporate a little bit of movement, and you can have some fun in a safe manner. Stop calling it an assault rifle. Fuck, man. Like, you're not assaulting shit, so get over that. Drop that as well. And help educate those who are uneducated. So unfortunately, some of these decision makers who are in the political point, they're uneducated. So it's up to us. Instead of throwing stones and cursing and swearing, educate them. Educate them on, the platform that is being used for either sport, hobby shooters, why it is a chosen platform. There's a lot to be said about the negative light that gets cast upon those types of firearms that are used for heinous crimes in Canada, in the States, and everywhere in the world. That's not going to change. Those shitheads will find a way to circumvent the system. All right, so we need to adapt to that. All right. So with my messaging today, what I'm trying to get across is, for those of you who own firearms and are probably pretty insulted right now and upset with the fact that the government made a stand and pushing this forward, we need to push back, but push back in an educated way that explains and exemplifies that we are safe gun owners. We abide by the rules. We understand what the gun is capable of, and we're not using it for anything other than, if you're in the military or law enforcement, very different. That's a separate topic altogether. But if you're a hobby shooter or a everyday shooter that likes to go to the range, yeah, this is a privilege. This is not a right. All right. So just like a driver's license is not a right, it's a privilege. So we need to act and carry ourselves in a manner that helps educate those who are a little bit uneducated and fearful. They're fearful of what an AR platform is capable of if it falls in the hands of the wrong person. But the argument is open. Anybody that owns a vehicle that can do faster than the normal stated speed of 100 kilometers an hour, you could arguably say that's a weapon. If it falls or if the wrong person is behind the wheel of that vehicle, that could be used as a weapon as well. So where do we draw the line? And at what point do we say any vehicle that is capable of doing more than 100 kilometers an hour off the road? No more production, no more import, no more export, that's it, right? So it comes with education, and it comes with a little bit of understanding that the firearm is a tool to exercise a specific hobby or sport, and if it falls in the hands of the wrong person, yeah, it can be used in a manner which we saw in Nova Scotia last week, which is terrible, it's heinous, it's unfortunate, but that is not going to change. So let's help educate the federal government. Let's help push the knowledge of understanding that the firearm industry in Canada is a $1.8 billion industry. There are a lot of people that this movement is going to affect financially. This is bordering into a civil rights movement less than it is a firearm ban movement. So those who are in the industry of distributing firearms, selling, fixing, this is going to affect them as well. So there's a lot of people who now your livelihood is now going to be affected because of this ban that the federal government is implementing. So we, as those gun owners who are hobby shooters, I put myself in that category now. I'm a retired military individual who is now running a business teaching firearms. So yeah, this is going to affect me for sure. But this isn't about me. This is about our society. And this is about those who wish to own a firearm, who understand the safe meaning of safe firearms handling, safe firearms storage. This is the education that needs to be pushed forward. All right. So together, let's help, push back. We got to create a way to find solutions for the problem rather than just cursing, swearing, pointing the finger and saying that this is bullshit. All right. So, okay, it's bullshit. What are we going to do about it? Well, what's the plan? What's your plan right now? If you're cursing and swearing and saying, there's no fucking way the government's coming in and taking my guns, what's going to happen when RCMP officer knocks on your door and says, cough it up? All right. Let's think about that. All right. So before it gets to that point, let's come together, use social media as a platform to promote safe firearms handling, to promote those individuals who we know are in the business of distributing firearms, and they're doing it in the proper way, and they're doing it with righteous intent, with good intent, with positive intent. All right, so there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The problem is now with these new rules in place with the Liberal government, things are going to change. So we as a gun culture, we need to collectively come together, ensure that the message is being pushed forward in a positive way. And one way we can start is stop posting shit when you got your AR platform all rigged up with more trinkets and gadgets, and it looks aggressive and badass. For what? You're going out to the range to shoot fucking paper, man. Like, you're not assaulting shit, so tone it down, because that is not helping any of us. All right? If you want to help, educate somebody who is fearful. What? You own guns? Oh my God, that's crazy. No, it's not crazy. It's not even close to crazy, as long as it's in the hands of the right type of people. The RCMP are doing what they need to do, doing background checks before they license anybody who owns a firearm. So they're doing their due diligence. We as a society can do the same. All right, we need to educate, we need to promote the positive of both safe firearms handling, safe firearms storage, and safe firearms use. All right, so collectively, let's come together, use social media, use conversation to educate those who are a little bit uneducated. This is my message for today. It's unfortunate that we've come to this as a society, but I'm not surprised. This has been on the Liberal government's agenda for years. So we should have saw it coming, and I'm sure most of us did see it coming, and now it's here. So what are we going to do about it? Well, it starts with a little bit of education, all right? So together, let's help educate those who need it, and let's promote the fact that if you own a carbine rifle for the use of sports shooting or hobby shooting, understand it is not a right, it is a privilege, and we want to maintain that privilege through proper education and good use of that firearm. You guys have a good day. Share this. Let's open the debate. Let's have a conversation. Let's discuss what we can do. What are some things that we can do as a gun owning culture to help maintain what it is that we have. Have a good day, guys. Take care.